Save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
9 and 10 News at 6 starts in just a few minutes, where we'll be live at a Wexford County house fire that killed more than a dozen animals. But first, here's a look at top stories from 9 and 10 News at 5. Japanese airbag company Takata facing members of Congress today at a hearing to discuss the recall of potentially deadly airbags. The company recalled 8 million cars in hot, humid states because of the problem. The government thinks they should be recalling the parts nationwide. In response, Takata says they'll support other recalls, but it's up to each automaker to make that decision. Michael Brown's stepfather, Lewis Head, apologized today for comments he made following the announcement of a grand jury's decision not to indict the officer that shot and killed Brown. He was seen on top of police cars shouting threats to burn the city down. Now police are looking into the comments as part of a broader investigation involving arson, vandalism, and looting in Ferguson, Missouri. And more than 60 world leaders gathered in Belgium today, marking the largest meeting to discuss the fight against ISIS. Secretary of State John Kerry says airstrikes will continue as necessary, and another round of Kurdish fighters arrived to join the fight today. He says that even though the fight will be a long one, their efforts are already having a significant impact. And that's a look at top stories from 9 and 10 News at 5.
From Northern Michigan's news leader, this is 9 and 10 News at 6 in high definition.
More than a dozen animals died in the fire that destroyed this Wexford County home just hours ago. This is our top story at 6. No one was at home at the time of the fire, but the animals were trapped inside.
In all, the fire killed 15 to 20 dogs and 2 pigs. The fire started at a home on 41 Road near Manton. 9 and 10's Cody Boyer is live at the scene in Wexford County with more on the fire and the animals in tonight's top story.
Kevin and Michelle, although it's getting dark, as you can see behind me, just a pile of rubble is all that's left of Norma Jean Hubbard's home. She wasn't there when the fire started, but all of her pets were, including over 15 dogs and 2 pot-bellied pigs.
Everything she owned is in that building. Her whole life went, her husband's ashes, now she's completely alone again.
When Norma Jean Hubbard left town this morning to go shopping, she did not know her home would be going up in flames behind her.
They left here this morning, everything was fine. They come back and they was going to run back in town, and then they seen fire trucks or something. So they headed up this way, and then she seen her home was burning.
Several fire departments arrived on the scene, but didn't know if anyone was inside.
When we first got on scene, we didn't know for sure if anybody was home or not. So one of the neighbors showed up, and he knew where to go and try and find her.
Fortunately, she was not home, but they quickly realized a lot of animals were inside.
She had 15 to 20 little Maltese dogs in there. They was like her children to her. That's all she had. Then she had 2 pot-bellied pigs in the shed that was out back. They burned up.
We did save some of the animals that ran out. I think a couple of dogs and like 3 cats for sure.
All that's left now is for Norma Jean and her family to pick up the pieces.
We're a Williams. I said, we reached down, grabbed our behinds, and we lift ourselves back up. I said, we should start over.
Investigators are arriving right now to look into further how the fire got started. While the investigation continues, her brother says Norma Jean at least has those 2 dogs and three cats to hold on to. I'm Cody Boyer reporting live in Wexford County for 9 and 10 News at 6.
And Cody, Wexford County fire crews also dealing with a garage fire on the other side of the county. The Buckley Fire Department was called out to the scene on 9 Road between Buckley and Mesek. A driver spotted the fire from the road around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Crews say the large garage is destroyed and the flames spread to the back of the house nearby. They had to call in their own water because of the rural location. That was just one of the problems they ran into.
It's just hard this time of year. You know, slippery roads, if it's snowing, that's always a problem. Cold weather and daytime, volunteer help, you know, you're just short-staffed anyway.
Crews are still on scene putting out hot spots and figuring out how the fire started. No one was home. And firefighters are investigating another barn fire in Isabella County. It's in the same neighborhood as a different fire this week. The fire started last night and crews were still on the scene before 9 o'clock this morning. The fire was at another barn near the one we told you about yesterday on 9 and 10 News at 6. No one was hurt and the 60 bison on the property are okay. The fire destroyed the barn, but the owner says he will rebuild.
We know how to fix the roads. We just don't have the resources to do so.
Road funding is on the minds of many tonight as Michigan lawmakers discuss ways to raise the money to repair our deteriorating roads and bridges. In November, the Senate approved a bill to more than double the state gas and diesel tax over 4 years, which would raise at least $1 billion. The House has other ideas, but road commissions like Kalkaska County and MDOT are still optimistic lawmakers will take action. 9 and 10's Breland Martin spoke with the Kalkaska County Road Commission today. Breland, what will more money mean for them?
Kevin, that's easy. More money means more projects getting done, and it will allow everyone who maintains the roads to keep their income at the same level as inflation, which hasn't been the case for many years.
We have 277 miles of asphalt road. Approximately 67% of them, on a scale from 1 to 10, are 5 and below.
Take a look for yourself. The manager of the Kalkaska County Road Commission says this gravel road needs attention, and so does this paved road. They just don't have the money to do so.
We know the roads are bad. We understand the roads are bad. We're tasked with making those roads better every day. But unfortunately, our funding levels only keep us at a certain level of maintenance that we can provide.
But there may be hope for our crumbling roads. Michigan lawmakers have set their sights on smoothing funding issues out in their lame duck session.
I think we're closer now than we ever have been to getting something done about our road funding situation.
MDOT agrees and says without help soon, it will cost even more to fix the roads.
The roads that are in fair condition now are starting to slip into poor. And the longer we wait, the more miles of road that slips into poor. And once it slips into poor, it's a pretty major investment. Our hope is that we get a long-term funding package.
Now, Kalkaska does have a new millage for roads that will help them next year, but the addition still is not enough to take care of all their road maintenance needs. The legislature only has a few more meetings before the lame duck session ends. Reporting live, Breland Martin, 9 and 10 News at 6.
And also on the table for legislators, a chance to extend the Michigan film incentives an extra 4 years. Now, if passed, the bill would keep the brakes on the table until at least 2021. The incentive started 6 years ago, and tonight, 9 and 10's Eric Lloyd has more details on how they've helped northern Michigan.
There's a big piece of this is just the excitement of making a film in a community. You want to eyeball this? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Since 2008, Michigan's film scene has grown because of the state incentives over that time. The amount the state has spent has fluctuated, but a new bill in Lansing could extend it into the next decade.
It needs to go for 10 years. You can't just evaluate an incentive on a couple of years. It's got to go for a long time. You're planting something in the ground, you have to water it, nurture it, and then 10, 15 years later you find out how it did.
The idea is filmmakers get breaks to shoot their movies here, and in doing so, they spend their money in our economy.
Even our little movies like Dogman 2 or Dogman 1 or Dead Rise or any of these movies, there's a bunch of them. We always have a food budget of tens of thousands. We always have a lodging budget of similar numbers.
It was actually pretty busy. We had a lot of extra people that were around, and I enjoyed it.
During the filming of Dogman 2, Rich Brower and his team stayed and ate in Beulah for 3 weeks straight.
I think it's really important. We need to boost our economy because we're more of a tourist town, and most of the business comes in the summer, so anything else that we can bring in is a really good thing.
Build an industry and crews spend their money here. The movies are filmed here, and aspiring filmmakers can be comfortable enough to stay here.
Hey, we can actually stay in Michigan now. We don't have to run off to LA or Chicago or New York. We can actually stay in our home state of Michigan, be with our families in this new industry.
In Grand Traverse County, Eric Lloyd, 9 and 10 News at 6.
The Sean Phillips case returns to a Mason County courtroom this Friday. He's the father in prison for his daughter's disappearance. Baby Kate disappeared from her Ludington home more than 3 years ago and still has not been found. Now, oral arguments will take place in circuit court this week to see if the murder case against Sean Phillips will be reopened. Prosecutors filed an appeal in October after a judge dismissed the open murder charge against him, citing a lack of evidence. Phillips is already serving time for unlawful imprisonment related to baby Kate's disappearance. We now know the name of the man hit and killed last night in Grand Traverse County. It happened on US 31 South near Tonawanda Road near Interlochen. State police say Glenn Burks from Traverse City was crossing the road drunk when he was hit by a pickup truck. They say witnesses saw Burks step out in front of the truck. Burks was homeless and was trying to get to a local church. State police are trying to find 2 cars stolen from a northern Michigan auto dealership. It happened at the collision center behind the High Point Cadillac dealership in Cadillac last night. A window where police say someone used an ice pick to break into the business. They went in, grabbed keys for 2 cars, That was where a customer's GMC Envoy and the dealership's Cadillac XTS. Anyone with information should call Michigan State Police.
We now have a picture of the woman accused of posing as an animal shelter worker to collect money for herself. Clare County deputies arrested the woman outside the Harrison Family Fair last week. She was accepting money, saying it was for the Clare County shelter, but she is not affiliated with the organization. Police say this isn't the first time Amy Jo Cogswell has done this. She's tried collecting money from people on more than one occasion. The shelter says they don't know her. She was arrested for collecting the money and lying about it. A Cadillac man faces several charges after he was involved in a fight. Then police found him with drugs on school property. Ronald French was arrested last week. Police say he got into a fight with two people on the street, then left the scene. Later, officers found him near the high school with marijuana. After they arrested him and took him to jail, officers found even more marijuana. French is charged for having the drugs on school property, bringing drugs into jail, assault, and other crimes.
It could have gone wrong 100 different ways, and it only went one way. It went perfect. It can't be any happier than that.
A baby girl born in a ski lodge. It was nothing like these happy parents ever expected. Carrie Gross gave birth to her new daughter, Alexis Ann, at a ski lodge, not at the hospital as planned. She gave birth in the office of the Snow Snake Mountain Lodge in Harrison, and Snow Snake employees helped deliver Alexis Ann. Parents welcomed the new arrival around 9 Friday morning. New at 6. 9 and 10 Samantha Radke is live in the studio with more on this baby's miracle delivery.
Kevin, just after Carrie dropped her husband Jim off at the ski hill for work, her water broke. She was in the car and turned right back around, hoping to get him and then get to a hospital. Little did she know she wouldn't leave the lodge.
It's hard to believe, but it's like, yeah, right here is where I got laid down at, and I had the baby here.
Alexis Ann's birth was a whirlwind for the Gross parents and the 3 lodge employees that delivered her.
I told the ladies, I'm like, my water broke, I'm in labor. We all were just in shock, and then next thing you know, I could feel her coming out, and I'm like, I'm having the baby right now.
And all of a sudden I heard, Sandy, office now, baby. And I told the girl, I said, you're doing fine. I need just to do some breathing. So I said I would just need one push. The little baby's head came out, and then I said, okay, now I just need one more push, and the rest of her come out, and we just held her, and she went, wah!
Jim Gross was up on the hill making snow when Carrie went into labor. When he got word, he had no clue his daughter was being born in the lodge, and by the time he got down, Jim walked into his wife holding their new daughter in her arms.
It's just exciting, and just like I said, we got our little boy, now we have a little girl, and she's happy and healthy, and so is the baby. It can't get any better than that.
And to everyone involved, this is a little miracle they'll never forget.
I'll remember forever, never did anything like this in my life. It was very precious to me.
EMS arrived about 10 minutes after Alexis Ann was born. Thankfully, both Carrie and her daughter are perfectly healthy. Live in the studio, Samantha Radke for 9 and 10 News at 6.
All right. Thank you, Samantha. Emergency services are getting a little more local in one northern Michigan community. Emmett County is switching from a private EMT company to a county-run program. The change has been in the works for a while. The EMS coordinator says the county is excited to get things moving. They will not start the new service until the contract for Allied runs out at the first of the year. But the county says they're already busy building their facility on M119. The director says it's been a smooth transition and they're trying to keep as many employees as they can.
Things are going to change. I keep telling people the way the system looks today probably isn't the way it's going to look on the 1st of January. With a new system like this, we're going to have to continually make adjustments until we make things work.
He says everyone on staff will be familiar with the area, the systems, and will be skilled EMTs.
If you're thinking of adding a pet to the family for Christmas, see how a special meeting can help you coming up in sightseeing in northern Michigan.
And today we had such interesting situation. Some spots, lots of sunshine, others, some snowfall, and obviously lots of clouds. But everyone still dealing with the cold temperatures. Of course, that'll be the trend for tonight into tomorrow morning. Then some warmer weather. It's not too far away. We'll have a closer look coming up next.
You're watching 9 and 10 News at 6 with Michelle Dunaway, Kevin Essabaggers, and Doppler 9 and 10 Chief Meteorologist Tom O'Hare. Complete local coverage of the stories impacting you. Only on Northern Michigan's news leader.
The way we see it, if you're going to call something smart, it better help you get real work done.
help you grow food, feed, and energy independence. Help you get the most with the latest precision farming technology while doing the job right and on time. From combines to tractors to hay tools, visit your New Holland dealer today to see equipment built New Holland smart.
Get the smartest value of the season at the Value Bonanza sales event. Visit your authorized dealer today.
New Holland.
On the next Big Bang Theory.
Here comes our new boss. Be polite.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
An actual real scientist. How was that?
Sheldon doesn't know when to keep quiet.
I can't believe he fired me.
And Penny tells it like it is.
How come you didn't go into work today?
I'm taking a sabbatical because I won't kowtow to mediocre minds.
So you got canned, huh?
Theoretical physicists do not get canned. But yeah.
Next Big Bang.
The Big Bang Theory, Wednesday at 7 on 9 and...
Surprise!
Preventing wildfires. That's all Smokey wants for his 70th birthday.
The following is brought to you by Michigan's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Now, Northern Michigan's most accurate and reliable forecast from the Doppler 9 and 10 Weather Team.
The skies here in Gaylord have been cloudy throughout the day. Some light flurries, snow showers passing through right now, but obviously nothing big causing any huge problems. Now, temperatures, they've been cold across the area, a good 5 to 10 degrees below average. Pickford right now, 24 degrees, the high only 29. Of course, you're close to low at this point. Area-wide temperatures, Newberry's already down to 20 compared to 28 Mount Pleasant. There's your warm spot, Ludington, 31 degrees overall. Not a huge change, but there's a good steady breeze. It's been blowing throughout the day. That's why I had that really cold wind chill factor. Feels like 10 in the Sioux and Gaylord, 8 in Newberry, and 15 in Cadillac. And the winds will drop down a little bit tonight, but remain steady at the same time. Now, snowfall, it's been fairly limited throughout the day, mostly in the UP. Got a little bit of light snow across our northern tier of counties right now, but Sault Ste. Marie, half a mile visibility. Intense snowfall right now, at least moderate snow coming down through this area. Whitefish Point out towards northern Lewis County. Could see a good 1 to 3 inches next couple hours here. Of course, the lake effect, it will diminish, but it's out there, making things slow go at times. Now, it is continuing here as well. Rogers City, Atlanta, Gaylord, but it's not that intense. Probably just light snow showers, some flurries passing through, but obviously there's still a little bit of white peppering out there at this point. Now, areas around Traverse City southbound through most of the day, it was beautiful. You had bright sunshine. And of course, the trend is that we'll dry up the atmosphere in a couple hours for many spots of the lower peninsula. This will be diminishing, winds be shifting around, and overall you're looking at some better skies towards tomorrow morning. There's a look right now, southern half of the state, Wisconsin, overall very dry air. So we jump ahead here, future view, 10 p.m. There is the obvious lake effect snow here. There'll be a little bit going on around, say, Gaylord. That'll be diminishing tonight. And then by tomorrow morning, there's that snow going on right towards the St. Mary's River. But most everyone else, good start to your day. It will be cold, but not much snow coming down. By noon, clouds slowly advancing, snow coming to an end, whatever's out there. And of course, the afternoon hours, a bit more clouds, call it hazy sunshine in some spots. And the trend for Thursday night into Friday is just a lot of clouds around, but the temperatures, they'll be warming up a lot more for Friday. In fact, highs, they'll be in the 30s. Tonight, the UP and the Straits, nighttime lows, how about 13, Detour 11 for Sault Ste. Marie. Snowfall continuing, 1 to 3 inches at least, maybe more in a couple of spots as the snow doesn't move too far. But tomorrow, in the morning, some flurries, the afternoon, just a lot of clouds and high temperatures, they'll be in the 20s. Our northern counties, at the moment, Gaylord, Onaway, northern interior counties here, some flurries, couple snow showers, but the trend is getting rid of that. Of course, it's a cold night. Tomorrow, high temperatures, middle and upper 20s, perhaps a 30 there in Manistee. At least the winds, they're steady now. They'll be dropping down and stay on the lower side tomorrow. And our central counties, 15 Mount Pleasant, 18 Ludington. Skies rather clear tonight and staying sunny tomorrow morning, though you'll find the afternoon clouds. Temperatures upper 20s and lower 30s. And the action, the weather, getting not too active out there. That's some good news. So Friday, a lot of clouds, 30s. Saturday, Sunday, in fact, getting some dry weather going, and looks like a lot of sunshine. Mostly 30s for the weekend. And next week, well, rain, maybe a little snow on Monday, and a chance of snow showers come Tuesday.
It could be a great Christmas present if it's a good match. Finding a forever home for these lovable companions next in sightseeing in northern Michigan.
As members of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. Learn more about the power of your co-op membership at togetherwesave.com.
See the Auto Owners Insurance Doppler 9 and 10 weather station live from the Taylor Insurance Agency in Everett and Farwell. Auto Owners Insurance, life, home, car, business. We're the no problem people.
The biggest one-day sale all year is this Saturday, the 16th anniversary winter open house at Lakeside Motorsports in Mecosta.
I'd say you get almost the things that cost.
All the people here, it's just crazy.
Try out the ATV and the Ski-Doo snowmobile test track. See the entire lineup of 2015 snowmobiles on display during the one-day sale this Saturday at Lakeside Motorsports. There is only one Ski-Doo.
Begin at Lakeside Motorsports.
Sometimes a toy under the tree will be a big deal for about a month or so, and then something else will take its place. But there is one family gift that you could say is irreplaceable. Learn about a special event this weekend where your present could choose you in today's sightseeing in northern Michigan.
They're a cure for loneliness. They're loyal. They're fun. They make people laugh. They just add so much to our lives.
A pet could be the perfect present this holiday season.
We want all of our animals to find homes in time for the holidays. It's a popular time of year for people to come in.
That's why the Little Traverse Bay Humane Society in Harbor Springs is planning a big event this Saturday, their holiday open house.
It's going to be a ton of fun. It's a really great family-friendly event. We're going to have delicious food, we're going to have face painting for the kids, we're actually going to have items for sale as well.
And let's not forget those cats and dogs, almost like a meet and greet.
We are having reduced adoption fees on all of the animals here at the shelter, which is exciting. We're going to be having BOGO, buy one, get one kitten specials. Well, you might as well have two, right? And we're going to be having free cat adoptions all that day as well.
But the adoption process isn't an easy one.
We go through a pretty intense evaluation application that people fill out when they come in, and we read through that and we try to make the best match possible.
That's only because the home that's best for Charles may not work at all for Bandit.
We talk to every family that comes in and we see what they're looking for, what their needs are, what they're looking for in an animal. And then, we've evaluated all of our animals pretty thoroughly. And so usually we can come up with a pretty good match. And if we can't, we can't. Sometimes we just say, we will try to find someone for you.
And when a family makes a decision to get a cat or dog, the whole family should be involved, including other pets.
A lot of people think that getting a gift of bringing home that kitten or that surprise puppy is a great idea, but we really want all family members to be involved. That means bringing the kids in, that means bringing other animals in to meet and greet on neutral territory.
But if you really, really want to gift that pet, there is another option.
You can come in here and get a gift certificate, and that way they have the opportunity to come in and actually pick out that animal themselves.
That way, everybody wins, including the animal with a new forever home.
There's really not words to describe what it's like when we find the perfect match for an animal here. We have all seen those moments where we just get tears in our eyes. Some of the animals that especially have been here a while, and we find that perfect match, and you know that this is just the right family for them. It's pretty incredible.
For Sightseeing in Northern Michigan, I'm Michelle Dunaway.
A trained dog could help save this boy's life in a medical emergency. Next on 9 and 10 News at 6, what's keeping him from getting one?
I was looking for a career that would mean more to me than just a paycheck.
Baker College's education and human services programs are developed with the help of local employers.
To ensure that what I learn in the classroom is what I'll need in the job market.
As America's leading career college, Baker helped me start my career, and they'll help me sustain it too, with free lifetime employment assistance.
Prepare yourself for a meaningful career. Visit Baker College today.
When you bought your place in the country, you knew you were in for a whole new life. Some folks said fixing the place up wouldn't be easy, but nobody said it wouldn't be worth it. Ginup Sales in Kubota can help you transform your new place into a dream place for generations to come. When you think tractors, think Ginup Sales.
For 2 years, 8-year-old Anton Williams has been battling type 1 diabetes. Since his diagnosis, the family from Harrison has struggled to make sure Anton is healthy, but this holiday season the family received some comforting news. Anton is approved to have an aid dog that will be by his side at all times. The dog will paw at him when his sugar levels drastically fall or rise, which could save Anton's life. But these helper dogs come at a big price. They cost $7,500, and now the Williams are reaching out to friends for help.
He, for the most part, never realizes what's going on. He's so young and so new to the diabetes. The symptoms, he doesn't know until it's too late. And that's where this dog is going to be becoming like a huge part of our family. It's going to save my child. So it's very heartwarming and overwhelming at the same time.
You can find more information on how to help Anton and his family on 9and10news.com.
He beat cancer and has returned to his team, but one local basketball coach is still fighting some of the effects. And a former national champion at Michigan talks about the firing of Brady Hoke. Up next in sports.
The Subaru Share the Love event is going on all month long at Subaru by the Bay in Petoskey. For every new Subaru sold, Subaru will donate $250 to one of 4 national charities of your choosing. Or one local charity, the Little Traverse Bay Humane Society. Drive a new Outback for $279 per month or Forester for $249 per month. Great deals and a great cause. Stop by and see our new showroom halfway between Petoskey and Charlevoix, right on US 31. Subaru by the Bay, doing business a better way.
Tomorrow on Michigan This Morning.
Toxic treatments like chemo and radiation can impact a woman's fertility in the long term. In Healthy Living, how a new drug is offering some new hope.
And it's one of our favorite shows all year. Our On the Road crew is live with the Petoskey Steel Drum Band, kicking off the city's holiday open house.
Northern Michigan's #1 way to start the day begins with your top stories and the 10-minute weather guarantee in high definition at 4:30 a.m. When Northern Michigan looks for champions, it looks to 9 and 10, Northern Michigan's sports leader.
Girls basketball season is off and running now with games this week. Boys basketball games start next week. And once again, Keith Haskey will roam the St. Francis sidelines. But if you paid attention this offseason, you know that wasn't necessarily a given. Shannon McGrattan takes a look back at an emotional offseason for the Gladiators basketball program.
It's 3 words you never want to hear in the same sentence. You have cancer. Words Traverse City St. Francis boys basketball coach Keith Haskey heard last spring.
You never think it's going to be you, so the first thing was this can't really be me. And then you start grappling with what's going to happen, what's the treatment, am I going to get cured? You know, there's a million questions that go through your mind.
Since being diagnosed with stage 4 throat cancer in May, Haskey has been through chemotherapy and radiation, allowing him to stand courtside cancer-free this season.
Number one, I know how blessed I am that it's gone. Number two, just the ability to be back at school with kids has been a great blessing.
Especially when he's still dealing with daily struggles, like losing 40 pounds since May from not being able to eat, along with having a dry mouth.
My voice isn't right yet, and so I actually use a microphone at practice so everybody can hear me and I don't have to yell. My left ear has inflammation in it, so there's constant ringing in that. But in the big scope of things, those are real small, so you kind of just look past those things and know that I'm glad to be alive.
The way that he's fought through his cancer and how severe it was and how he's
suffered so much to come back and be our coach is really something that we all look up to.
His current and former players gave back to their coach this summer when Charlevoix and TC St. Francis joined together this July for a basketball fundraiser in his honor. And Coach Haskey watched it online from his treatment center in Texas.
It was just remarkable to me that people would put those energies towards a guy like me. That was right towards the end of my treatment, so I really wasn't feeling good, so it was a great pick-me-up.
I know that he's done everything in his power for me, so it was nice to kind of give back to him.
As they start preparing for their season opener next Wednesday night at Benzie Central.
He's had some tough times, but I'm hopeful that this year is going to make him forget about some of the bad things that happened.
Reporting in Traverse City, Shannon McGrattan for 9 and 10 Sports.
Thank you, Shannon. As we mentioned Tuesday, Michigan football looking for a new head coach, and nobody in Northern Michigan understands the Wolverine football program like John Jansen. We caught up with the former All-American and national champion today at his CrossFit gym in Petoskey, and like everyone else, he said former coach Brady Hoke is a great guy, just didn't win.
When he came to Michigan, he inherited a team that had some of Lloyd Carr's seniors, which is why he was able to be so successful that first year. He had tight ends, he had fullbacks, and then all of a sudden those kids graduate as fifth-year seniors, and now he's trying to win with a team that was built on the spread offense. I think in the next coming years, 1 or 2 years, you're going to see a lot of those pieces come together. He just won't be there to reap the benefits of it.
We'll hear about John's thoughts about what they should be looking for in their next coach Thursday on 9 and 10 News at 6. 9and10news.com. 5 CMU players earning first-team All-MAC honors. St. Nicholas grad Joe Ostman making the third team. Doctors now say Wings legend Gordie Howe actually suffered dehydration Monday. Not another stroke. He's actually expected to leave the hospital today. MSU and Pistons tonight on Sports Extra.
How about your 7-day forecast? And overall, it's pretty quiet. There's some lake effect tonight. Overall, some afternoon clouds tomorrow, but the temperatures warming up a bit, 30s, some 40s out there, more towards normal levels. Next chance of rain showers, snow showers for most spots comes next week.
That's looking very nice.
Yeah, the weekend look right now, a lot of sunshine.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for joining us.
The CBS Evening News is next. Have a great night.
For the latest news and weather 24 hours a day, visit 9and10news.com. And when you see news happening, email the 9 and 10 newsroom at news@9and10news.com or call us toll free at 1-800-STAR-910.
Producing milk good enough to bottle yourself and sell within your local community gives you plenty to think about. Like making sure everything runs smoothly, from bale to bottle. Peter James takes a smart approach with his 500-cow herd. He uses high-efficiency equipment because he knows it's the first step to producing high-quality milk, in partnership with his New Holland dealer. That's